It's 8 p.m. So that means it's Grave Geeks time. And they'll start rolling in a minute. Just hold your horses. Hope everybody's having a great week and it hasn't been too crazy.
Woo-hoo, first one.
Yay!
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm a dummy.
Wow.
That's a great way to start.
Well, no, so and first off, I'm laughing because Joe was just messaging us back about some of the stuff with the bylaws and everything. So I was like, shoot, it's 8 o'clock. Joe just messaged, so I'm trying to type to him real quick, and then I'm like, crap, where are my earbuds? I start searching everywhere for them. They're plugged into my wall right by my computer.
Speaking of Joe, hi Joe!
Hi, Joe.
We're all like, it's 8 o'clock.
You guys will be happy with me. I have gotten 3 of last month's random searches on the website now.
Oh, I gotta send them.
Yes, yeah. So see, I'm doing good. You're naughty.
I
You still
am.
haven't gotten the homework to me. That's an F.
I have it.
Test.
Does it count if I have it right here? I just have to scan it to send it to you.
I guess so.
And I have even more for this week. Oh, I forgot to put a background on. Let's see if I could do it. Ooh, I can.
And then it crashes.
Right?
I didn't do my homework, so feel free to kick me out.
That's fine. Life happens. Like Megan said she might be late. She might not make it because she's got to pick up her hubby, and I'm like, that's okay. Honestly, the only person that has to be here is me.
Right here.
So, and we got.
I'm just trying to get Cheryl's on here, and with the cemetery that hers came from, it's not giving me the actual address.
Oh,
I wonder if I can do coordinates.
Joe, did you want to come up? You're more than welcome. I'm assuming it's Joe. I don't know. It could be. I'm sure it's Joe and Laura, but
Could be Jay too.
I thought I saw Jay in here, but I couldn't invite him for some reason.
Oh, there he is. I see him. Never mind.
See him, but he's not on the list for guests.
Boo.
Right?
Maybe he's not here anymore. Oh
No,
no,
he's
he
there.
just commented, so he's still here.
So if you want to come up, just request, because I can't invite you. Did you want to come up? Come up. You don't have to turn your camera on.
What is going on with my internet?
I'll just type in front of you.
Oh, can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
So serious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is
Hold on.
Celia.
Why is so serious?
Yeah.
There's an animal in trouble.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to put the town that this cemetery's in because it's not bringing up an address at all.
That's okay. We'll forget. Well, we can get started with who's in here.
Did Cheryl come in yet?
Not yet.
I kind of want to wait because this one will freak everyone out. In a good way.
Goodness.
I can start.
Oh, we're doing homework.
Yeah.
I need the wife's iPad or iPad.
Breathe, Mac. It's okay.
So,
I thought that said hooker. Sorry. I should have kept that internal.
yes. This is Jewett Booker. He was born February 4th, 1909, in Lozelle, Bibb County, Georgia. And he passed away June 7th, 1962, in Delaware. He was a corporal in the U.S. Army in World War II. He is buried in Beverly National Cemetery. So all of mine so far have been in national cemeteries.
Mine too. Crazy.
No, I'm crazy.
I know.
Okay. So Jewett Booker passed away. He was 53. And his service start date was May 9th, 1944. And his service end date was May 8th, 1946. And he is in Section X, Site 2542. Let's see. So he married his wife on June 16th, 1941 in Alabama. And let's see. His obit says, in this city on June 7th, 1962, Jewett, husband of Lillian Booker, father of Johnetta Booker, brother of William Edwards Howard, B. It looks like B. B-E-E.
I was like, what? I didn't do anything.
Oh, Lee.
I do
Yes.
this time.
Lee
That's-
H. Thank you.
Wow.
Robert Stetson and Curtis Booker, Ellen Grant, Julia Hall, and Mary Kennedy. He was 53. Relatives, friends, and members of the American Legion, Brandywine Post 12, are invited to attend the funeral service at St. Paul's. And his father was Howard Booker. Howard was born in May 1880 in Crawford County, Georgia, and he died in Bibb County, Georgia. So he's buried in the Damascus Church Cemetery. Now, interesting thing, his father was also in the military. Howard Booker of Lizelle, Georgia, died Sunday morning after a short illness. Survived are his widow, Mrs. Mattie Booker, Lizelle, Georgia. 8 sons. I'm not going to list them all, including overseas Robert Booker, Atlanta, Georgia. 5 brothers, 6 sisters, 4 daughters-in-law, 1 son-in-law, and he was also in the military.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Jewett also had, like I said, he had brothers. He had a brother that died at age 15. I will read you. Let me see if I have a picture of it. Can't remember if that's what I saved or not. Oh. So that is Jewett. So I don't know why I always get the sad ones. Like I wasn't trying. So one brother unalives another. Now I'm reading this verbatim, so please don't come at me. Okay.
Okay.
This was in 1944. Okay. No inquest will be held in the fatal shooting of Howard Booker, 15-year-old Negro of Lizelle. It was decided late Tuesday afternoon following an investigation of the affair by Deputy Bill Brennan and Lee Davis, Justice of the Peace of Vinette District. Booker was killed by a shot from a single-barrel shotgun when his brother Benjamin Booker, 13, accidentally touched the trigger. It was said that the pew had no trigger guard. The shot entered the head and caused instant death, it was stated. Several children were shooting at targets when the fatal accident occurred. It was long.
Jeez.
Yikes. And Benjamin, who had to live with that, or no, Howard was the one. So Benjamin was. See, I'm getting myself all confused down here.
Too many names.
Yes. Howard. So Benjamin was the father. He lived to be 73. Or no, he was male. Sorry. No, this was his death certificate. He was male, and it said his race was D, and he was single, and gunshot in the head accidentally by his brother.
Yikes.
And
What is
then,
it with you and Parker? Goodness.
No kidding.
and then the grandfather I found was born June 1848 in Georgia. And there are, just even in Find a Grave, there are a lot of sources with obits and information. I don't know a lot about all of the other ones, but I did, find the brothers because I was looking for information about them and their family. But a lot of the siblings, and again, there's a lot of them, have obits or newspaper articles on them. So, but he was not as old as he could have been. So that's the brothers, I think.
I don't know why I'm even trying to read that.
I know, right?
Like, what's it say? Yeah.
Let me go get my magnifying glass.
no,
I have it in the greenhouse.
That's the brothers,
Don't stay out of the greenhouse.
right?
Yeah.
Haven't
good
you learned
now.
anything?
Yeah,
I'm
there you
good
go.
now.
We all need one of those.
So that is Hewitt Booker.
That's awesome.
I like his name's catchy. I don't know why. It's catchy.
But both he and his father both served in the military, so World War I and World War II.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
I can go next.
Okay, let me get your pictures up.
And then next
So,
week
hold
we'll
on.
have unboxing.
Okay, so Tasha's gonna be helping me with getting some photos, but this is
If I
the
don't
man
kill
that
my
I
phone.
picked. So after I introduce, you can put Tasha in the big box. So this is Levi Coffin. He was born the 28th of October of 1798 in Guilford County, North Carolina, and he passed September 16th of 1877 in Avondale, Hampton County, Ohio. And he's buried. You can do. I'm trying to figure out. I think
Do
his
you want
house
the
would be
house?
the first.
Okay.
The house first, yeah. And then you can just show the
There we go.
signs whenever. And
Okay,
he's
sorry
buried
for
in,
the interruption.
No, you're good. And he's buried in Spring Grove Cemetery, Cincinnati, Ohio. He was a businessman and an abolitionist. He is remembered as the president of the Underground Railroad because of the thousands of African American workers that he reported to have passed through his care while escaping their Southern employers in the years prior to the American Civil War. Born in a Quaker family in North Carolina and the only son of 7 children, he grew up working on his family's farm and received little, if any, formal education. He was frequently exposed to workers throughout his childhood and sympathized with their condition. By age 15, he was helping his family assist escaping workers by taking food to those hiding on his farm. As the Representative Fugitive Worker Act became more rigorously enforced, the family began conducting their assistance to workers with greater secrecy and doing most of their illegal activities at night. In 1822, he accompanied his brother-in-law Benjamin White on his move to Indiana and returned to North Carolina the following year. In 1826, he moved his family to Newport, now Fountain City, Indiana, and farmed. Then opened a general store the following year. He took fugitive workers into his home in the winter of 1826 and 1827. That was the house that Tasha was sharing.
Yeah, so real quick, the other sign, it won't let me put on here. Just so you know.
That's fine.
All right.
And the word of his activity quickly spread throughout the community. Although Many had previously been afraid to take part. Upon seeing his success at avoiding problems, they soon joined him. The group formed a more formal route whereby the fugitives could be moved from stop to stop until they reached Canada. He referred to the system as the Mysterious Road, and as time progressed, the number of escaping workers increased. His home became the uh, congressional point of three major escape routes from Madison and New Albany, Indiana, and Cincinnati, Ohio. His home saw so many fugitives pass through, it became known as the Grand Central Station of the Underground Railroad. His business initially suffered a period of poor performance, and neighbors who were opposed to his activity boycotted his store. So I forgot to add this, but to kind of give a little detail, he learned where most of his products came from, and he realized that these products were from workers that could not do their own bidding, and so he cut them out completely. And then he found sources up north that were from free labor, like actual free labor. I gotta figure out where I left off. Boycotted his store. With the population of Indiana quickly growing, the majority of the new immigrants supported the anti-worker movement, and his business began to grow. In 1836, he began a mill and began to produce linseed oil from flax he grew on his farm. And the following year, he built a new two-story brick home and had several modifications made to his home to create better hiding places for the workers. Modern historians estimate that he helped more than 2,000 workers escape, although he estimated the number to be around 3,000. Once questioned about why he aided workers, he said, "The Bible, in bidding us to feed the hungry and clothe the nude, said nothing about color, and I should try to follow out the teachings of that good book." Another time, he simply said, "I thought it was always safe to do right." He died at the age of 78. In July of 1902, African Americans in Cincinnati erected a 6-foot tall monument over his grave in his honor. His home in Fountain City, Indiana, is now a National Historic Landmark and is open to the public.
And Traveling Mortician just visited his grave.
Oh, that's awesome!
Just recently. Yeah. So this is our random find a grave. So we pick random numbers and we do like a report on what we find from the person. And this was B's random find a grave that he found.
Yep. And to add, he married Catherine White in 1824 and had 2 children together, Jesse S. Coffin and Henry Way Coffin.
Very cool.
So that was my guy. Thank you, Tasha.
You're welcome.
As
While
long as
I'm
it keeps
up
you out of the
here.
greenhouse.
Yeah. While I'm up here, do you want me to just do mine?
Sure.
Okay, 1 second.
Were you going to do Cheryl's too, Tosh? Or did B want to do that one?
I thought Cheryl was doing Cheryl's. She said that she'd be here. She just didn't want to forget. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
I forgot I was up here and I could talk.
Here, hold on. Let somebody else go. I have to try and see if I can get these pictures to actually do their thing.
You are big.
Oh, okay.
You went like this. I thought you were volunteering to go next.
Oh, I was. I just didn't expect to see myself quickly up there.
Snappy fingers.
Mine is not random. I don't know if that's allowed. I just put in my mom's birthday.
That's random.
I'm a big date fan. So I just put in 12249 and came up with Sir John Oldcastle. And he was really old. He was born in 1378, died in 1417 in London, City of London, England. And I'm not doing much. All I'm doing is reading his Find a Grave. But he was married to Matilda Oldcastle Clitheroe. Sir John Oldcastle was the Lollard. I don't know what that means. of Lallardry, was hanged and burnt here. He married the heiress of Lord Cobham in 1408 and was known as the Good Lord Cobham. Under the rule of Henry IV, he performed valuable military service, especially in Wales, where he became a friend of the Prince of Wales, who later became Henry V. His devotion to the teachings of John Wycliffe brought upon him in 1413 condemnation for heresy. Oldcastle escaped from the Tower of London and was active in Lollard conspiracies until 1417, when he was captured and condemned. He was executed by hanging over a slow fire,
Jeez.
rotisserie style.
No.
No, he wasn't.
Was he evenly cooked? Oh,
Scored,
sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Amanda said dinner time.
scores of those executed at
I
Tyburn
think she said that before him.
are buried in that churchyard. So he was buried in the city of London, 14th of December, 1417.
And what's the cemetery?
Pardon?
What's the cemetery?
Oh crap! Now you would. I didn't get that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't save that information.
Okay. That's okay. But
No,
so it was in the UK though. So that's the first outside of the US one we've had.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's really cool.
And that is a random one. That's just picking a number. You don't know who it is.
Right.
Do you know what my number was?
Wow.
So I put in 8675309 and it redirected me to him. Pulled my Gen X card out there.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right,
Okay.
I got it to work.
And that is Sir
Oh,
Donald.
very cool.
No.
You good?
Sorry.
Everything all right over there in that little box?
No. Cat jumped on my freaking laptop. Sorry. I forgot I was.
You dropped the ball.
Muted.
Saying.
Yeah, drop the balls. 823.
It's cute.
Yeah, isn't she pretty?
She is.
So, my random number, I just button mashed again. I got 753925. This is Ruth Virginia Legg Harless. She was born November 23rd, 1915, in Anstead, Fayette County, West Virginia, to Albert Legg and Lula Mae Johnson. That freaking Johnson last name popping up. She spent her early years in West Virginia, and records show that she was living in Logan, West Virginia with her parents and her sisters, Ada and Margaret, in the 1920 census. By 1930, the family moved to London, West Virginia, where she still resided with her parents and Margaret. On September 3rd, 1937, Ruth married Harry Ralph Harless in, Cheryl can tell me if I'm saying this right, Gallia, Ohio. Did I say it right?
Gallia.
Okay. So my next picture is her and Harry.
I love pictures.
Very cool.
Weren't they so cute?
Thelma.
Like
I just want to fix
I
this
don't-
tie though.
I think even the crooked tie is cute. Like it's just, I don't know. It's cute and like random. But anyway, they built a life together, raising a family, and as they moved through different parts of West Virginia, by 1940, they were living in South Charleston with their daughter Linda, who was 2 months old at the time. In 1950, the census records show them in Nitro, West Virginia, where they now had another daughter named Judith, who was 6, and William, who was 3. They later expanded the family farther. I don't know when this one's birthday was because I couldn't get it on census records or anything, obviously, but I didn't dig too far. but they had another daughter named Patty. And in Ruth's obituary, it states that she was a loving mother, grandmother, and great grandmother, blessed with 11 grandchildren and 7 great grandchildren. Harry was a World War II veteran. And hold on. Next slide. Harry was a World War II veteran and a retired chemist. Ruth passed away on March 10th, 1999 in Florence, South Carolina, where she was laid to rest in Florence National Cemetery. And she is right next to her husband.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's mine. It's weird that we're just getting a bunch of national cemeteries, but
Yep. That's okay. They need to be remembered. Who wants to go next?
Justin does.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't do it. That just made my day. Somebody else cussed.
All right. So I totally didn't do anything random, but this is one that's in our local cemetery that has an interesting story. I think it's kind of neat. If I can get out of the picture here. So this is a photo of Freddie Highgate. And some of you guys may have heard me tell the story about him. He and his family came to Midland in 1882. It's hard to tell in this photo. This is actually a photo of him with a bunch of other workers at the Dow Chemical Powerhouse that actually got tore down a few years back. But he is actually an African-American man, and his wife died, and he was very poor. They were a very poor family, even though he had a pretty decent job at Dow. And when his wife died, he didn't have really anything to do. He didn't work anymore. And even though he was very poor, he would walk up and down the train tracks that went through Midland and pick up lumps of coal and any little pieces of broken wood that he could find. And he would deliver it to widows in Midland so that they could heat their house during the wintertime. And it was said that he delivered to many different houses and that there are many children in Midland that survived winters and didn't freeze because of him. When he died, the entire city of Midland basically shut down. They lined Main Street for his funeral, and Dow Chemical paid for his, he's got like a 10-foot tall obelisk, and I've got a photo of it here that I'll show you. They paid for his gravestones on all of his grave sites and put that 10-foot obelisk up in memory of him. So I'll show you a picture here.
That's awesome.
That is the obelisk that Dow bought for him.
That's what I want.
And there was like, I've read stories that there was hundreds of people lining Main Street as they processed him down Main Street to the cemetery. So pretty neat little story. Somebody that, even though they were down on their luck, being not very rich, couldn't afford very much, made sure that other people had the means to survive. So pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Especially back in those times. So
Yeah, awesome story. Thank you.
yeah.
We'll allow
Sorry,
that.
it wasn't random.
That's okay. We'll give you a
Okay,
pass.
it was a happy one.
Yeah.
Did we just say how powerful that Flash must have been if he was a black man?
Yeah. So there, some people, there was some older ladies that were alive back in the 90s that could remember him when they were little girls. And they said that he was very fair-skinned, but he was considered to be a black man. So, yeah, pretty interesting.
Glad we got a heartwarming one.
Yes. After mine, I'm like, oh. Cheryl.
My turn. All right, this is Corporal Nicholas Halchak. He was born October 3rd, 1919 in Braddock, Allegheny, Pennsylvania, to John and Mary Halchak. Nicholas graduated from Braddock High School in 1939. After graduation, he was employed at the American Chain and Cable Company. On August 3rd, 1942, he joined the Army, serving with L Company, 157th Infantry Regiment, 45th Infantry Division. On March 29, 1945, he was wounded in action at Schweinheim, Germany, in the Battle of Aschaffenburg. He was taken to the 10th Field Hospital in Grabstein, Aschaffenburg, Germany. And sadly, on April 2nd, 1945, he succumbed to his wounds at the age of 25. He was survived. Oops, hold on. Got another picture. This is his funeral. He was survived by his parents and 7 siblings. Corporal Nicholas Halchak was laid to rest at Mac. What's the name of that place? Monongahela. What is it?
Oh, now I forgot.
Something like that. Cemetery in North Braddock, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania.
Monongahela.
Yeah. And I just picked random numbers. So he was, I don't know how to shrink it, but he was Memorial ID 77985650.
Headstone
He
needs.
looked so young.
Is it?
That's it.
Kind of looks like eagle wings, doesn't it? Down
Yeah,
there
it
where
does.
it's stained.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac, I don't know what's going on. Like, Mac, your box was lighting up sometimes, but I think somebody muted you for a minute and it stopped, and then you came back, and then it came back again. So that's why I was thinking it's your mic.
I don't know. I can't win with this thing. See, I'm not talking and it's still lit up.
It's got to be the
No.
fridge.
It's not on. I don't know. I can't win.
Chris,
I don't know, it
Amanda,
seems like
Guru, anybody?
Seemed like it was only doing it when
I
Cheryl
didn't
was
do mine
talking, but
this
then
week. I mean, me neither. I get an F.
I need the skins.
where's the ruler? Chris, where's the ruler?
I have
Chris
the
had a Westcott ruler. Yeah,
The two
he has a
graveyard
Westcott
things.
ruler.
I've done it every week so far.
No, you're fine. Life happens. Chris, did you do it or no?
I started to, but I didn't get back to it. So it's like I basically didn't do it.
Okay. What?
I think it's a
I'm
D.
going to finish it and save it for next month or next week.
Okay.
Do it.
No problem.
So
Justin just said, "Screw the ruler. I'm getting out the shovel." Brought the shovel out.
You're muted. Justin, you're muted.
I think he's talking to.
Oh, no, you forgot.
I said, I'm sure that's got the blood of a few Koreans on it. We could add some more blood to it. That's a Korean War folding tactical shovel or whatever you want to call it. Kind of neat.
Jeez.
Hey, I can get my World War II stuff out. Both my grandpas were there.
Oh, yeah.
Although my one grandpa had a cush job, let me tell you. Thank you, Kathy. He was on, so he was an engineer on the railroad before he went. He actually, both my grandfathers dropped out senior year before they graduated to start jobs, where both my grandmothers, they both graduated. Usually it's the other way around. But so he worked the railroad, and when he joined the Army, they sent him over to India. So he helped lay the rails for the supply lines through India, including using elephants to move some of the tracks in the trains. And I have 2 albums full of pictures to include some of the old practices of, let's just say, funerals in the streets.
those
Where they would put roots and branches on the street, and then the person, and then they would perform the ritual. And sometimes the wife would join while still breathing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then he also got pictures. I'll grab them sometime of there was I think it was a tiger that was terrorizing a village that they took care of. So there's some pictures of him, and he's got pictures of elephants pulling tipped over engines back onto the tracks. It's really interesting. But
All right, I have Parker's.
go ahead.
I'm going to try not to butcher this last name, but Erwin H. Ormston, Ormiston, born January 22nd, 1856. There you go, Mac. In Governor, New York, to James Ormston and Isabella Stone. He was the youngest of 8 children. Erwin passed away on March 15th, 1856 in Governor, New York at the age of 1 month and 22 days.
Aww.
So he was born January 22nd, which is 122, and he passed away at 1 month and 22 days.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, but that's a little weird.
That's my mama's birthday.
Yeah, that's why I said there you go, Matt.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why.
Yeah, that was why.
Good job, Parker.
Good job.
Is there anybody else that is sending things to me that I have missed? If so, please speak now or forever hold your peace until you send it.
Because we got some good news to share, too.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Mac, you need to kind of calm down. This is TikTok.
Yes. I am the one that has the coffee.
I'm still
I got the
shaking
real
from my
stuff
life. I was freezing my ass off, and when I was typing,
I know
when
you.
I got back in the truck, I couldn't hold my
please.
I couldn't hold my fingers still. I was trying to type.
He messaged me right after that. He said, "I'm cold as hell. My hands are shaking."
You should have seen. Oh man, that was nuts.
You know, I have to say real quick, with how often I drink Dunkin' on these lives, they should be sponsoring us. I advertise for them every week.
No,
Well,
that may have made me sick. I had Dunkin' the other night. I had a croissant, sausage, bacon with cheese or whatever, and a Dunkin' coffee. What?
oh, I was talking to B.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, that could have given me food poisoning or something. So there goes our sponsorship from Dunkin'.
Yes. That is a brick wall. Yes. How the?
He had at least
How?
3 wives.
No,
So-
I have nothing. I have nothing on Ruben. I have.
Some of what you have is incorrect.
Maybe.
So I got an email from Family Search tonight, and they said that you may be related to George Washington. So I checked it out. Hi.
I was the wandering historian said hello.
Oh, hi. Yeah,
I was like, why are you waving?
find out we're 5th cousins. I'm 5th cousins with George Washington. So for the heck of it, I just typed in Abraham Lincoln, and I'm also 5th cousins with him.
Yeah, I'm related to Abraham Lincoln too.
Me too.
I'm gonna go through the presidential line and find out and write that all down.
Here you go.
I'm related
Have
to
me wondering.
I'm related to U.S. Grant and Robert E. Lee too.
I'm
U.S.
related to
Grant.
Grant.
U.S. Grant is my first cousin, and I can trace that line back, and it only goes back like five generations. Yeah. Grant was
Talk.
awesome.
So maybe y'all are related. What?
Dun dun dun.
Probably.
Are you going to?
You poor bastard.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot I had, like, in my head I already announced it because we
Yeah.
talked about it the other night.
Yes.
But, so, for everybody that wasn't there the other night, the way that this all played out was very strange. So just bear with my freaking ADHD mind and story because it's going to go off in 5 different directions. On, was it Tuesday? Tuesday we got an email saying that all of the paperwork had been submitted to New York State for Grave Geeks to become an official nonprofit. We thought that was going to take, 3 weeks or something. We got an email back 3 hours later saying that we are officially a nonprofit in the United States.
Woo!
And
Woohoo.
they, yeah, all you guys that already knew, they immediately sent the 501c3 paperwork in. It says on there that it can take up to 90 days for that, but I think the same thing as with the stuff through the state. I think they put a longer expected time on it so that you don't call getting all mad when it's been 2 weeks and you haven't heard anything.
Well, the IRS did just get shrunk a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it could be a little bit, but we can officially start running as a nonprofit. Just because we don't have 501c3 doesn't mean we can't. We aren't tax exempt yet. That's all that means. So.
And we'll be getting the account set up. And we already have one, we don't have the number, but there's one quote. We're still waiting for a secondary quote for the insurance.
Yep.
And then we've contacted an accountant to, not necessarily engage right off the bat, but to find out how, approximate, like what would be the approximate yearly fees to hire this accountant. And I know of several people that use this accountant. She also knows the accountant. So
I used to groom her dog.
Yeah, she's reputable, and she, like, for my husband's company, she does the books for them for 2 different businesses. So she's very reputable. So we're trying to get all the quotes in so that this way we have a generalized idea about how much the annual running cost is for Grave Geeks. What we brought up, should I talk about the 5%?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think there was a lot of people that heard some about it the other night,
Yeah.
but for those that weren't there.
Our thought was for people, so if, I'm just going to use you, B, as an example. So if B has a project and he talks to the car dealership there and says, hey, I'm looking for donations. I'm trying to do a project and get this one monument up. Would you be willing to donate? And the car dealership's like, yeah, sure. We're going to give you $500. So B's like, yeah. So the car dealership gives Grave Geeks a $500 donation. They will get the tax write-off and everything else. And Grave Geeks will take 5% up to $100 to put in the savings account for the yearly budget. And B will get the rest. So for $500, that would mean Grave Geeks savings account gets $25 and B gets the rest.
Yeah.
Now, if B goes to several of the car dealerships or whatever and ends up getting, or maybe somebody, wants to do a big donation, let's say he gets $5,000. We don't want to take away, a mass majority of the money. That's not what it's for. But we also have to cover costs. So our thought is up to $5,000. The maximum will be $100. So B would get $4,900, and Grave Geeks would get $100, and it would go in the savings account. If from 5 to 10,000, it would be a max of $200, and go up $100 each 5,000. And then, obviously we'll work on fundraising that is just donated to the Grave Geeks. Now, once we hit that maximum, so we'll just say for, just numbers, we'll just say $3,000 for the year it costs. So if we are getting up there and we have, $4,500 in there, we can start pulling a little bit out so that we can, maybe there's somebody that's new that just learned, somebody's been working with them, Tasha's been bringing them out, teaching them. We want to gift them a couple gallons of D2 and some brushes. We can use that. As long as we have that cushion, my thought is 2 years worth. If we keep a cushion of 2 years to run, just so that this way, if we have a lean year, we'll be able to run it for 2 years. So if we keep $6,000 in that savings account, once we hit over that, then we can start pulling that out into the general fund and be able to do some more. We can also solicit donations for other things, or if somebody's just, trying to get Dunkin' sponsorships and Dunkin' gives us $10,000 to be a sponsor on the webpage or something like that. That's fine. We'll put, like I said, some of it into the savings just so that this way we can keep running. Nobody's making a profit on this. We just want to make sure that we have enough in the savings to pay the bills, and then we can give stuff out. Mm-hmm. And then we can work on projects, we can work on donations, we can work on some more, cool prizes for like the photo contest, or do some more, whatever. We can start, utilizing that.
Right. Yeah, because the other thing we have to think about too is with this, if somebody wants a grant, we're going to have to be the ones to put it in. So we have to do some work for, say Amanda wanted a grant. And she found a grant, but they only allow nonprofits to apply for it. Mm-hmm. One, like Allison or I or something, would have to sit down and actually fill it out with all of our legal stuff and send it in. So in a way, I kind of look at it as like we're the middleman between the grant and Amanda. So taking $100 out of that, if you had somebody else fill out that paperwork, they're going to charge you $300 to $500.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought that like my idea for the 5% was fair up to $100, because then it's not like a lot.
Right.
But
it's not like it's not like we're taking 20% of it or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
That'd be crazy.
And I really plan, once we have it all set up, we have the insurance, we have the accounts, we have all the license for donations and things, because there's a couple more licenses and stuff we do have to get. I got plans.
Yeah, she does. She's gonna go pester everybody.
Justin, you and I might be doing some more interviews. Just saying.
She's like, I'm calling this place and this place. I'm gonna go talk to Wally's. I'm gonna go to this car dealership.
Oh yeah, I'm not just no. I'm going to look local, but I'm also going to look big. And I'm planning on lots.
I was reading or watching a video yesterday about getting sponsorships, and it said to go to the places that most people will not go to. So like your local adult store. Because most of the time they don't get asked for donations, so they will give you their full budget for the year.
Interesting.
How about we look at bookstores?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the adult bookstore would be more give and receive kind of. That door swings
I'm just
both
saying,
ways.
Like that was an example that they used on this professional freaking video. They're like,
wow.
Go talk to those. Go talk to your head shops.
Actually, Jay has a good point with that.
Aren't they the same thing?
No.
Oh, the future.
Different head shop.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
Jay has a good point in the chat. Funeral homes and monument companies.
Yeah.
Be great. I actually have a pretty close relationship with a monument company here that would probably go for something anyways, right? So
what we're looking for funding for, Davidson, is we want to help volunteers throughout the U.S. to learn and clean up and volunteer in cemeteries. So if we can, teach them how, send them supplies, so like the D2 and the brushes and stuff, so that they can volunteer their time, but they have the supplies to do it.
Nationwide movement.
Yep. Clean up our cemeteries and preserve our past, our community's pasts.
Yeah.
Because these people were pioneers. They founded towns, they founded states, they were veterans, they were just amazing people. There's so many. You never know what's in that dash. So you're looking at a headstone with a born and a death date. You got to find out about the dash and what happened in between, because some of them will shock you, both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Krista.
Hello.
That dirty tablet stone that I found tonight, I had no idea she was there. Was the first white child born in the whole town of Owego in 1790-ish.
Yeah, that was cool. Great job on the math, by the way.
That's when I was driving.
I was like a year or two off. Right?
Until you started stumbling your numbers and saying like 1770 or something.
Well, somebody else was throwing numbers in there, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right.
It was me, 1789 to 1790, somewhere.
Let me take
it was
off
89.
my shoes.
Yeah, but you got to take off the 9 months too, and so
Take off the socks.
I mean, the town was founded in 1787. The town that I was in at that time was founded 5 years later in 1792. I was just right down the road, and it was kind of cool. She's got to be cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got something cool I want to show you guys.
Let me make you big.
Huh? So it might be kind of stupid to a lot of people, but some of you guys know that I go out and metal detect and look for arrowheads and stuff. And this farm field right across the road from me had a homestead that, best I can tell, was built around 1875, somewhere in there. The guy's name that lived there was James Quigley. And he had a son named James Quigley, and James Sr. was a Civil War veteran. And I go out there and I find all kinds of stuff. I found this padlock, kind of neat.
Man.
I found a dog tax tag from one of their dogs. I found, just the other night, me and my daughter went out and I found this 1884 V-nickel. I think I found 3 V-nickels out there now. I found several padlocks. I found all the spikes that were used to put their log cabin together. I found several pieces of clay pipe stem and a full pipe bowl. But every once in a while I find something that, like, I don't know, it kind of hits a little bit different, you know? Mm-hmm. And the other day we were out, we found that nickel, and I turned around and I was looking around on the ground for arrowheads, and I found this.
No way.
Or a clay marble.
It is a red clay marble.
Huh.
And it makes you kind of think about all the little kids that played with this, you know? Because it was probably a little kid. They may have even made this with clay that they found right there on the farm. They dug several privy holes, so I'm sure they found some clay, and I'm sure that somebody sat and made this. It's got fingernail marks in it. I don't know if I can.
Probably won't show up, but it's cool.
You can kind of see one right there in that bright spot.
Yeah.
It's got several of those in it, which is kind of neat. I like finding stuff like this because it has more of a personal feeling to it than anything. And I found this family's entire grave plot in Midland City Cemetery, and I've visited it and I've cleaned several of the stones, as I've done for some of the other families whose houses I've metal detected. And I thought that was kind of neat, you know.
Very nice.
Very cool.
It makes you
That
think about
marble
like
was-
all. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I was just gonna say that marble was probably in some kid's pocket when he went a lot of places once
Right.
upon a time.
Yeah.
And I can think of just like the kid dropping it and losing it and like being upset because he couldn't find it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now,
Like that's what my first thought was. I'm like, oh no, he dropped it and lost it.
So this is one of the other padlocks that I found. It's solid brass.
Damn.
It's really cool looking. And I think I've shown you guys this before, but a full pipe bowl.
ooh,
That is cool.
I
I'm
just
like, what?
hang out with you for a day while you're exploring these farm fields.
I really like to find stuff like this that really kind of attaches you to the person a little bit, you know.
Somebody probably had that for 35 years.
Could have.
more.
I did see somebody found one exactly like this down in Mississippi or Alabama, and somebody commented on their photo on Facebook that this exact pipe was made in England, and it was only made up until like 1868 or 1870, something like that. So it does kind of give a time range on it that matches kind of the time frame that of those people coming here and building their homes. So kind of neat. I was sitting here playing with this clay marble, and I was like, man, I think I want to share this with you guys because that's cool.
Absolutely.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
You're sitting there
Absolutely.
playing with it, and years ago, there was probably a little kid playing with it. It's crazy
Right.
to think about.
There still is.
Don't go
So here's
blind.
another interesting one.
I made him
I'll tell you guys
tiny.
about this, and then I'll get off my soapbox. But
You're fine.
so
we'll let you stay on it.
So the year that my wife bought me my first metal detector, it was wintertime. I got it for Christmas, and it was a warmish winter where the ground wasn't completely frozen. So I went down the road from our old house, and there's a spot along the riverbank where a lot of people like to go and swim. It's been like that for years and years and years. And I found this little makeup compact.
Oh,
Princess
no way.
Pat, and you open it up and it still has
no way.
the mirror
Wow.
and
Some of the product,
yeah,
crazy.
and I took it and showed it to my grandma and grandpa, and my grandma grabbed it and she looked at it and she said, "Where'd you find this?" And I told her, and she says, "That's the same makeup my mom wore for a lot of years." And I said, "Oh yeah," and she goes, "Yeah." And that was one of her favorite hangouts, was that exact spot. So that's kind of neat to find that.
That's so cool. The what if.
Right. I've
The
got,
top
one
of
other,
it, yeah.
I've got one other one, but I got to look and see if I can find it, and I'll show it to you guys.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And then next week we get to do an unboxing.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. So, I found this on an old home site, too, that supposedly was tore down in the 1940s. This is a silver makeup container.
Ooh.
And I expected to open it up and find makeup in it.
Found something else instead. Oh.
Oh, is that
What is
hair?
that?
A lock of hair?
Lock of hair.
Oh my goodness.
DNA test it.
Yep.
Memorial piece.
So I think it would be
Find
really
out
cool
whose
to
it is.
DNA test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The DNA testing for hair, though, is a lot more expensive than Ancestry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I found that on a home site where there was like 4 or 5 little kids, and
No initials?
there's no initials on it or anything. Just a
For silver.
lock of it, and it's brunette hair, right? It's not like old gray hair. it's like from a kid or something. I don't know. Kind of was creeped out by it when I found it. But
I think it's a memorial piece.
what's that?
It could have been their first haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that kind of run. I wondered if maybe it was a kid that died really young and they clipped it and put it in here. Yeah.
You know what it made me think of? That song by the Black Crowes. She talks to angels. Or
Oh.
yeah, but it says she keeps a lock of hair in her pocket.
Oh yeah.
And that's like the first thing that my head just went to.
Yeah.
And I mean, with that, it was talking about death, so it could have been a little kid that passed away, and she just carried the hair around with her.
I have thought of doing the DNA test on it just to see what results come back and see, like, you know, if I could find somebody that was a cousin or something that wanted it. Maybe. I don't know.
Now, I thought DNA testing for hair, you had to have a root, not just the ends.
I think you can have. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that, like, because they do it on like mummies and stuff that they find. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you can do it on just the hair shaft, I guess, for lack of a better word. Whatever you want. Strand.
There you go. Like, that's better.
I've watched things where, like, okay, because I was going to say, I've seen something where CeCe Moore, they had gotten a piece of hair off from somebody's sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And you never know if it has the root on it or if it's just like a split end that fell off.
Right.
Oh,
so
my
they
mom
can do
decided to join us.
DNA from rootless hairs. So nuclear DNA. But again, that's probably you're looking at really expensive and or legal. You know, like the law enforcement.
I wonder how much it costs.
I'm looking.
She's like, I'm on it.
Because I'd be really interested to do it. And just figure out.
That would make a great blog post for the website.
It'd be kind of cool.
Justin, type it up.
No. I don't.
You'll find out it's from your great grandmother's first haircut or something like that.
That's funny because I am related, or I did have a lot of relatives that lived in that area. Not right there, but pretty close. So.
Oh, yeah. So I forgot. My mom, I think, looked because Grandpa had passed away in 2018. And we hadn't had a chance to do his ancestry thing yet. So she was going to try with a piece of his hair. Actually, yesterday was the anniversary of that. Well, the anniversary of him being found. He actually passed away the day before. So that's the other thing I forgot to mention the other day. When we got the news that this was all official, that was on the day that my grandpa passed. So I was like, holy shit, like something good happened on this day. Yeah. March 4th. It's a good thing.
I got my account back on that day.
Oh. I was wondering that earlier. I was like, man, I wonder if this is the old account or the one that he had to remake.
One never knows. It could be both. I'll send you a letter from each.
Can somebody make me small again?
No. I don't like being big.
We missed you, Jess. You gotta stay big for a while.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I even... Okay, somebody did it. I followed you on this account.
Same here.
I don't have her yet. I'm gonna go.
No. Made a new account for cemetery stuff.
Oh, and Amanda Hinshaw would like you to know, Tasha, that, hey, your mom's in here.
Hey, Chris. Yeah. My dad was going to try. He might have forgotten.
I think I shared it to your dad.
Did you? That could be.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that another New Yorker?
I don't know. He was going to try. Like, that's why we practice. Sometimes my mom pops in now.
Right. Chris in New York, I just followed you. If you're into this stuff and you're in New York, we have quite a few of us here.
Listen, we're getting too many New Yorkers here.
Yeah.
If you go onto the website and you click on all the tabs, there's like 1 or 2, and then you click on New York and it's like 8. But the state's big, so we're covering all corners, right? Well, we need somebody in like the
It's not
Adirondack
that
region.
big.
My
It
camp is
takes
in
like-
the Adirondacks. I'll be up there in the summer.
I say it takes like 7 hours to get from the top to the bottom. Actually,
So-
maybe longer.
Try driving from Detroit to like Wisconsin border.
Justin. So
I've
this
never
company
been to
is
Michigan
saying that hair testing cost varies based on type of analysis and the lab conducting the test. Prices typically range from $150 to $600 for standard relationship or ancestry testing.
Oh, that's totally affordable.
How much?
$150 to $600.
No way.
I wonder how much of a sample
So-
they need.
I was thinking a lot more.
I also wonder if that. So it says for paternal or ancestry testing. Does that mean that you have to have somebody to test it against,
No, it
or
says
does it go into a
first-
database?
For standard relationship or ancestry tests. But it does say root dependency, so the root must be intact for nuclear DNA test. Hair without roots is only useful for less specific mitochondrial DNA analysis, which is what you're looking for anyways.
Right. Yeah.
I just think it would be neat to figure out who the person is.
Send me the info on that, would you? I might do it.
We're
I
gonna
might
come
do it
back
just for
next
the hell of
week,
it.
and Justin's gonna be like, "I sent it in."
I might. I mean, I've had it for 4 years, 5 years now, and I've always kind of thought about it and been like, man, I really could be kind of neat to do it, you know. But
Same here. Both Ancestry and 23andMe.
I haven't done the 23andMe one.
I wonder if we're related.
I've got 23. I think I did them all.
I
Like
see.
either I did or somebody did in the family.
I did the Ancestry one.
Chances are pretty good.
All I have is the ancestry.
I've done Ancestry, 23andMe. I uploaded the raw data from Ancestry into MyHeritage. But I don't really get on MyHeritage because it's too expensive for what it actually offers.
Right.
Once I get into the research of over in Europe a little bit more, then it'll be more worth it. But
Family tree DNA. I did my Y DNA through that one too. Just to find out I'm a Sperry.
Yeah, right. I had my grandpa do a test and sent it in for Y DNA and did the big Y.
Wow.
Hoping that it would give me some answers, but it really didn't. Yeah, so I did the first one. I just did the initial one, and then I just upgraded it. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe I can get away, and maybe I can get out cheap. And that proved to be not true. So I was like, well, I'm going to do the big Y because then I can see, like, there was a bunch of people in his line that did it. But to, like, get exact matches, I had to do the big Y. So I found 2 or 3 people that are really close matches at 500. But one of them's dead and the other one won't reply. So
It's really important to know too with the Y DNA, you can start off at the family tree at the $99 one and have the males test. And they keep the sample so you can go up a tier. So like every Christmas, I go up a tier with my dad. So like that's part of his Christmas gift. So I just bump it up to the next one. And so if you can just like bite the bullet and spend the $99 and get the males tested, especially if you have older generations that, you know, might not be around for a long time, you can still upgrade the results after even, 5 years from now, even if they're not around anymore.
right. as long as they have enough sample to retest or to do.
So with that just goes up the mail line, right?
Yeah.
Y DNA.
Okay.
But they also have the option to test for mitochondrial too. So
because the big brick wall that we have is on the Molnar side. We know up to my great grandfather. That's all that we know 100% for certain that I have. We have a good inkling on his parents. Once I get to his dad, like there's no trace of him. His dad, they lived in Croatia, Yugoslavia then.
Right.
His dad took off when he was a baby. Well, not baby, but young child, and came here. Nobody knows where he went. His mom came to Youngstown when he was 12 and left him with an uncle. We knew her whereabouts, but it looks like there's a non-paternal event after his father, because we found baptism records, which I had to get translated because they're all in a different language, but we found them. And all it lists is his mother as Teresa Molnar. There's no father listed, so he has his mother's last name. From there, we don't know. Yeah, and, well, I don't know if we'd have really much of anything to test with my great-grandmother's bio side.
Did you ever track down that Molnar that I found up in Sperryville Cemetery? Sent you the picture of it?
I wasn't able to find really anything on him.
Okay.
Just like we know for sure, so there's one other Molnar family that lives...
Jasper.
Hold on. Jasper just video called me from his bedroom. Hold on.
Go get him.
So in her case, honestly, it probably would not benefit to do a Y-DNA because the Y-DNA is already limited. There aren't a lot of people that test. So you have to look at the pool. Right. Ancestry is the biggest pool of testing. Yeah. So there's a lot. And the other sites, I think 23andMe is the next largest. And so when it comes to like the Y-DNA, so like my dad's, even though you're going up in tiers, you're getting less and less matches. So he's at the 64 tier and he only has 6 matches in there. So if you don't have people that have tested, it's not going to help you. But getting a male to do the test now so that at least you have it. Hey, Grumpy. You at least have it on file so that if it does take off or it goes anywhere, you can always upgrade depending on what you find. I wouldn't go bigger than the $99 one, though.
Okay.
Let's see, I started off, mine was like $140. I didn't get that $99 deal.
Yeah,
it fluctuates.
I think that's about how much mine was too.
You got to watch the prices. If you follow Easy Genie, he's from St. Lawrence County. He actually once a month, and on his website, I think posts once a month. He tracks the prices for the DNA kits.
Yeah.
I shared it with you.
I had a limited time. This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just saying, he that's one thing that he does. If anybody's interested, so it's Easy Genie, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, Jasper's gonna get. Now he's sending me messages.
Thank you, Grumpy.
Thank you.
Grumpy's in the UK.
Oh,
bloody hell!
Hi, Grumpy.
My son's new soccer coach is from the UK. Yeah, my son comes home from soccer tonight and he goes, his accent is really cool.
Well, he's one of the Castle crew. So you know how in chat and Discord I post some of Evelyn's videos, like her lives when she's at the UK. He's one of the ones that's in the castle crew. So like, there's a bunch of people that we follows, or watches the lives. I watch them when I can at work or on the weekends. So
Yeah, I seen one of the lives that she was on. I know. Anyway, he's correcting me.
What?
Yeah, I heard that. You might have whispered it, but I done heard it.
Who?
Mr. Mack. I said that I seen, and it's supposed to be I saw or I have seen.
No, you seen
One of
it.
those.
You have a guilty conscience or something, because I was just reading what Grumpy was writing.
Yeah.
You knew you screwed up, so you're like, ah.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Anyway, I saw him and somebody else say something about where's crazy cemetery lady when you need her, because there was like a cemetery thing right there.
I lost my mother
guy
and dad
taking-
passed at a young age. So yes, that could help you for yourself. I would go with Ancestry, just because, and they actually have a sale. I think it's $40. I'm assuming, Debbie, from your username that you're a female, so Y-DNA will not help you. That's males only. But an Ancestry DNA might help. You might be able to find cousins and stuff. If you go on family search, or if you just Google search Roots Tech is going on right now, and they have classes, especially for beginners, that will teach you, and you can actually go back and watch them even after. It doesn't have to be live, but the classes are on there. They're usually about an hour, half an hour to an hour, and it will walk you through some of that and how to read the DNA results and stuff so that you know what you're looking at. But if you buy the kit, it usually takes about a week to get to you, and then it's going to be how long did yours take to get result?
Yeah, it was right around Christmas, and I did it as soon as you gave it to me. So I would say like 3 weeks, maybe, if that.
3-4 weeks, yeah.
It's
Three to
usually between 3 and 8 weeks, roughly.
Did you see that,
Mine was
Allie?
around Christmas time, so I was not expecting it to be remotely done anytime soon.
All right,
Wait.
I'm gonna leave.
Wait, okay.
It's bedtime.
Evans Mills Cemetery, the one I clean? Debbie?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, did you just see that?
Oh no, I was looking at the Grumpies that I told you I was ill.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Good night, Justin.
Yeah, good night.
Now that Allie's letting you leave.
I was the one that told you looked like Hagrid.
We should get Grumpy up here.
Yeah, Grumpy, come up.
Come on up. Come on up.
It's got to be like 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
2 o'clock.
I went to invite him, but it wasn't popping up.
I already did.
Okay, that might be why.
Okay, now
Hello,
everybody
Grumpy.
copy his accent.
It is
Good luck.
the hour of the dead.
What time is it there?
Oh, it's something around 20 past 2 in the morning. But this is kind of normal for me. Yeah.
There you go.
Great.
Now you get to be on.
That's only fair. I've joined some of his, so.
If you've got a collective of folks that are grave cleaners, are you deadites?
That's a good one.
Are we
I
dead?
love it.
Deadites from the Evil Dead, you know?
Have you
We
said that's
bring
an Army
new-
of Darkness?
It's a new definition to deadheads. That's what we are.
Deadheads.
Manapixie said gravelings for the kids.
Great.
Yep,
That's
you're a
my
wizard, Harry. I can't do it. So, Grumpy, tell us your favorite cemetery that you've gone to.
Oh, dear. There's so many. It's basically, I mean, I spend my entire life hanging around old ruins, and especially old ruined churches. So I spend a lot of time in old ruined cemeteries. I think my favourite
We
one.
should do that here. We're too young.
Yeah, you guys are just pups, you know.
Only so much you can do in 250 years.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
I do have a favourite, which is the churchyard in my hometown. It's only a small, tiny little town, but it's kind of cool. And it was that sort of churchyard that you see in old horror films, you know.
They all look like that. Oh, I went to like 7 or 8, and just about all, except for the one. It was in one of the towns, and we're just walking down the sidewalk, and there's shops and everything lining the street, and all of a sudden there's this alcove, and then there's these headstones up against the wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened a lot. Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
They clean.
But besides that one, yeah, they all look overgrown, just like Highgate.
Some of the churches have just cleaned out all the bodies, and they've long gone, and the gravestones are just up against the wall. Yeah.
Don't like
See,
it.
and
Wow.
I feel like that's pretty common over there, whereas over here it's like
We also have more
they
land.
just keep expanding the cemeteries.
Yeah, we're only a tiny island, guys. You know.
Well, they're about the
old tiny island.
they're about the size of Michigan. So
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
Even though we've been a pain in the world's ass for many, many centuries.
Highgate.
Which one's that?
Oh.
Highgate,
And where is Highgate?
outside of London.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Next
I'm
up,
only familiar with Thurley, so
I think Highgate's the largest.
I don't bother with London. I want rural. You know me.
Well, it's not
Okay.
in London. It's outside. So they moved it. So the train. So there's a specific train that went right to Highgate.
yeah, the necropolis.
Yep. Oh, and Grumpy, before I just want to make sure I tell you something real quick. So, did you know in 34 years, the Sussex daughter, Lila, isn't it Lilibet?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Sharp. No, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit something.
Sussex. She will be eligible to be president of the United States. So,
We
way to
could have
play
a-
the long game, King George III.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that there's an American successor in the line of the throne.
I mean,
There's a what?
so
She's American born.
There's an Australian guy who's.
yeah, it's Harry. So you know King Charles, right?
It goes Charles.
Which one?
He's the guy with
The
the
current
ears.
king.
George.
Okay.
Charlotte, Louis.
His son William is heir, but his son Harry is second. Well, not second in line, but he's also in line of
Fourth in line,
succession.
second line?
Harry moved here, married Meghan Markle over there, but they're here now, and their daughter was born in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she technically could become president at some point because she was born in the United States. So it could be not only an heir to the English throne, but also in a leadership position for the United States. Because George III tried to keep the colonies. Get it?
Yeah. Well,
Not
my
explain right,
family,
explain it.
my family has a very diverse history when it comes to the crown. So I'm kind of split there.
You don't have your own
Saying she would, but
We
My family's been here for too long to have any connection to England or.
We did Charles II pretty wrong back then, but well, not wrong.
I don't know. I think I'm becoming more Republican the older I get.
Welcome aboard.
Really? Do we need these people anymore? I like their houses, but I could live in one of them, you know.
I think
We
a lot of
definitely have a lot more land.
farm with Elizabeth.
I was saying,
What, Chris?
I was just saying, I think the crown lost a lot of its charm when Elizabeth passed.
Everybody's grandma.
Yeah.
I cried. I cried.
How we feel about Prince Harry in this country is we're kind of. It was a South Park episode which put it really well.
I can only imagine.
It's like we don't give a shit and we're glad
That was something. That's a whole situation on its own.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit and we're glad he moved.
Well, you could have him back. I mean,
No,
we're not.
Fine.
We're
Nope.
Nope.
we're
No,
not especially fond of him.
Yeah, you can take Megan with him.
Property in another country, I think Portugal or something. So they can.
We're going to get tariffed on this.
Maybe.
I think so.
Money, please.
Yeah, let's not go down that road.
So, I have a question that has to do with cemeteries over there. Like, I know Allie has said before that you're not allowed to, like, really clean in them much. Is there anything that you're allowed to do as a civilian to take care of the cemeteries?
Is that to me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can, as long as you ask permission.
Okay.
From who?
So it is
Yeah. In fact, we need you guys over here because there's lots of ancient churchyards which nobody bothers with really anymore.
I would be so scared to clean a stone over there.
Just walk by.
Cemeteries I want to go to.
What's that, Hagrid?
Is it are you scared just in case a hand comes out and says, "Hey"?
No, it's just so cold. I'd be afraid to touch. It'd be like touching an artifact in a museum. Like,
I just walk by and sneeze, like with a D2 spray bottle, and just go. Oh, sorry about that.
Some of them are so old that the most of the writing's gone. You know.
But some of them are really in decent shape, and they just need a little bit of TLC, and they'd be so like one Evelyn showed in one of her videos, and she's like, "Look, you can see the writing underneath," and I'm like, "Let me clean it, and you can read it."
We've got a lot of the same thing here.
I think I saw that. Yeah, that was cool.
It's just we've got a lot more of them. You know, yours are extremely older. But we've got a lot more of them, and they all need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, I love watching what you guys do. I think it's great.
Now, when it comes to, you say older, so they actually, yes, there are some older, but most of the older you're going to find in cathedrals and churches. You're not going to find headstones like this out in the wild, per se. They're going to be in the floor or in the walls of the cathedrals and churches. So
there's headstones like that in St. Peter's Church at Thurley that have dates of 1500s on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we don't have any like that here.
No.
In another 100 years, maybe.
But those are the exceptions, not as common.
The town I grew up in had and still has a ruined abbey in the centre, and the churchyard around that had stone coffins from about the 12th century, something like that.
That's insane.
Damn.
What is that that B's
hogback?
trying to show?
Imagine me as a kid sort of running around that place, and I used to lie in I used to lie in the coffin. Yeah. Oh dear.
B's trying to show something. What is that you got there, B? He was pointing at it.
Looks like a headstone, Tasha.
Well,
We've all seen those before.
No shit. No shit. It's a
Jeez,
headstone.
Tosh.
Well, he was pointing at it for a second, so I figured it was something that he wanted to show.
I thought you'd remember them.
Why is my phone loading? Can you?
There you go. You got it. Yes, I can hear you.
I didn't screenshot it.
Mac just got the middle finger. He got his once every Thursday middle finger out of me. No.
I didn't screenshot it though. You know the rules. Thank you.
I was trying to
You're
show one of
welcome.
the hogbacks. So I found the hogback at the Loch Lomond, at the Lusk Church. I took pictures of that. And then there's two other ones that were there too. So there was 3 total. And I'm hoping that this doesn't screw up the live because it's just telling me it's loading. I can't see anybody. I'm stuck on the background pictures.
You are currently a coffee mug.
So my mom just messaged me and made me realize that B had commented in the thing. The stone that he was showing is a relative of his. And he said it would be amazing to clean. So I think it's a relative over in the UK. But he disappeared.
Show it, B.
And disappeared. He went bye-bye.
How dare he?
Him be back.
Oh, there he is. There's his head. Oh, now he's gone again.
I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Can you come back?
All right.
All right. Yeah. You were talking about hogback. You mean that like Viking grave markers?
Yes.
Hogback?
At Lusk Church.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some really, really great ones in Scotland, in Glasgow.
Yeah, this is in Loch Lomond. If it ever shows up, I can only see I can't see anybody. I'm just.
God bless you.
Oh, you can't. You're
Oh, that's nice.
So
Where is this, B?
This is a relative of mine, and they are buried in Redruth, Cornwall, England.
Oh, cool.
And this is just the entire cemetery. That's what it looks like. It's a dual stone, so her husband's underneath her, and then she's on top. And then it's just what their stone looks like, but it needs to be cleaned really, really, really bad.
I hope they got on.
I just wanted to share it.
What were the names on it?
Pasco. Her name is Katie or Kitty Pasco, and then her husband was Richard. He died in 1860, and she died in 1903.
Oh, wow.
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but it's going to come out anyway. That is a very oddly shaped headstone.
Oh, geez, Tosh.
It's a bit like something that Jeff Bezos would probably send into space, didn't it?
Yeah, and if you give me 1 second, I can show you what the lettering looks like.
Oh, jeez.
Cool, though.
Allie, did you just send me a picture?
No, I said I'm literally stuck. I can't see anything. I can only see like my camera roll, so it just keeps saying loading and it's spinning. So I'm just worried.
So you
that
can't
it's
see
gonna,
any of us?
No, I can't see anything.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah, I was just if it
Great
disconnects, I'll restart it. I'm sorry. I'm like I don't know what's going on. It's just sitting here loading.
You were talking to us earlier, but now we can see you.
Been like that.
You can see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, okay.
She's like, oh man, I better not pick my nose.
You were just, oh, Tosh, I was just going to say that. You were just picking your nose about 30 seconds ago.
You can't see us, but we can see you.
story of my life.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I want to do that next time I'm walking by somebody and they say hello and I'd be like, "You can see me."
I love
So are
the
those
font
like
on that.
metal letters? Or like,
Yes, they do a lot of lead lettering in the headstones.
That's
in the
really
UK.
cool.
because I've seen that before, where like the things are missing, and you can see the dots. I always wondered what that was.
Yeah.
Liverpool grave care. Ooh, good, it went away.
Lead
you
and
can-
stone.
On some of these things is really interesting as well. I think quite beautiful.
And then I have one more buried in Kent, England as well. But he's pretty famous, so he's in a church area. His name was Sir Thomas Smythe.
Oh,
That's mine. Okay, get me off.
no,
I gotta add Grumpy.
So this
My
is
ear
the
just
hog.
started crackling.
So that's the hog back at look.
Is that solid stone?
Yeah,
Can't know what the heck that is.
it's stone. So like here's the stones along,
Yeah.
and then this part right here it's called a hog back. And it's a solid piece of stone that was carved, and it has like ridges along the side.
Mm.
I have no idea
So-
what kind of stone it is.
No. it
So
wouldn't
is
be
that
sandstone.
placed like over where the
Like
body
what a vault cover would look like to us,
Okay.
I think.
A what, Chris?
Like a vault cover.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what it looks like to me anyway,
Yeah.
because it looks like it's in front of the headstone.
But
I'm
just a
scared
regular.
to show the two of them. I'll try.
the Vikings, folks.
Alright, hopefully she comes back to us.
Right? There we go. It
There we
worked.
go.
There's not
Oh,
many
yeah.
folks.
Oh yeah, so it is like a vault cover almost,
In
but
really
just
good condition, unfortunately.
solid stone. That's pretty cool.
Oh man, just spray that down. Scrape it off. Boom.
It just
I
the
can't-
spray should be so
I can't
satisfying.
bring more than a couple ounces on the plane, sir.
We'll
But
just
there's
have-
D2
no.
distributors
Oh,
out
you
in UK now.
You can bring whatever you want.
I know if you.
You have to check it.
But it's a chemical. I
A lot
highly
of
doubt
questions.
It's not a chemical. There are no chemicals.
I can imagine it. Imagine this
Airport
get
security might not-
with all these chemicals, and they're like, "What are you bringing all this into the country for?" Saying, "Cleaning grade."
I mean, technically, you
Dead.
can contact airlines in England, and you can get stuff sent to them.
I'll
Yeah.
just have it shipped to Grumpy.
Yep, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's what B was just saying.
Yeah.
That could work actually. Yeah, I mean, I need a lot of cleaning stuff. Yeah, cool. Wait, what am I saying? No.
You already agreed. It's binding.
That's it. I'm in trouble.
There's my name. Don't wear it out.
Couldn't tame. That's what my grandma
It's
say.
already worn out.
I've got some.
Tame, ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
Yep.
I've got some good news, folks. I put in for a voluntary job at Lincoln Cathedral, and they want to see me on April the 3rd. So I'm going to be quite up close and personal, I think, with some very, very old graves indeed.
Oh, sweet.
I have pictures.
Oh, lots of
you're
pictures.
going to get so bored
Oh,
because they'll be posting loads.
I doubt it.
We're gonna be drooling. We will be drooling.
Please.
Let us know when you go live so that we can all make sure we're like, okay.
Nobody needs to see this face.
We'll be like, please, sir, can we have some more?
I believe
Yeah.
that I was in
I just
Lincoln
got that.
Cathedral for an hour and a half, besides when the cars and the TARDIS was in there. But looking at the floors and everything,
Where was that?
no, it was in Lincoln Cathedral, wasn't? Or
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now she's arguing with the husband.
Oh, the husband's right.
it wasn't Westminster. Westminster Abbey. There's no way they'd put cars in there. There's nowhere to put cars. It was in
You know the weird thing.
No, it was in Yorkminster. Yorkminster.
You know the weird thing, folks, is that there's actually nobody there. She thinks she's talking to somebody.
Yeah. That sounds about right. She is crazy.
Westminster was right, and that wasn't in Westminster. 100%. That much I know. Westminster's the big one in London.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was in the one where Pete and Tan live. York.
We're all just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the argument to end. I wonder who's right.
The dimension
Lincoln was the one with the cars.
At the mention of Viking graves, a fight breaks out. Yeah.
So who won?
I did.
Jay says you need to take your meds. The voices are getting a little too loud. You're arguing back. Oh, now Allie has the finger up for the night.
No, I was scratching.
Oh, that's a rare one.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm waiting.
Nope.
Oh.
Anywho, yeah.
Oh, man.
But a lot of the ones in the cathedrals don't have, well, some of them do, but if there was metal in them, they were pulled up by Henry VIII.
Yeah, the brass, the brass tubes. Yeah, I was going to say that because I saw some of those in Lincoln the other day. So it's a shame because if you're interested in history, then they were important people, but now nobody knows who they were at all because it all got ripped up and destroyed, and all you've got is these sort of vague imprints. But there you go.
Can't change it.
People in charge of countries suck, apparently.
You just about can't walk through Westminster without stepping on somebody. The whole place is full
of people. I mean.
Yeah. Like everybody's just walking around there looking up, and I'm like looking down, like, oh, there's one.
Everyone's like, why is this lady staring at the floor?
Look down. I mean, there's Stephen Hawking is buried there in the ground.
I like his,
Faraday is buried in the ground. They're buried right in front of Sir Isaac Newton's.
Yeah, cool.
He has an actual monument there, doesn't he? Newton?
Yes.
Newton, yeah, I think so.
Like a stone.
It's in the wall.
Yeah.
So it's actually a marble statue with like almost a shelf. Let me see if I can find the picture. Continue on. It's probably going to take a minute.
Are you sure you want to try it?
Tested luck.
Break the internet.
Oh, good night, Amanda. Good night.
Good night, Amanda.
Night.
Good night to the dogs. Dog.
Good night, Amanda. So,
Goodbye,
when you just said to Allie, are you sure you want to try it? My earbuds shut off, and I thought the whole live went down.
Oh, no.
Just for you, Tasha. Just for you.
Yeah, well, it was like all at once. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
The glitch.
Yeah.
Who do we have in here to take up that empty spot?
There are 18 people watching.
Jay, Mama Molnar, Cheryl.
There you go.
Ooh.
See, I love graves like that. Michelangelo looks like that too.
Oh, wow.
The stones are magnificent. So beautiful.
Crap.
We don't bury our dead like we used to.
That's what I'm having when I go. Except I'm just going to have Grumpy Was Here put on the front.
Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful.
Damn. That's exquisite.
And like I said, it right in front of him is, so you've got Faraday and part of Stephen Hawking's ashes are there.
Part of Stephen Hawking.
Didn't we send some to space?
Yeah, I believe so.
used to be there was a tradition in the UK centuries ago that when if you were important and you died, and parts of you would be sent around the country. And I've decided when I die, I'm going to have my arse sent to the king.
And there goes one.
That's freaking brilliant.
It's just things I'm worried about. I mean, they might need somewhere to park their bike.
Or swipe their
My mom
credit card.
Oh, hey, Mama Mona.
Mama Monar.
Mama.
She actually came up.
Huh?
Grumpy Hagrid, the woman next to you is my mama.
Hello. Hey, Mom.
I was just afraid they were gonna put my picture on there, so I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta get dressed.
Oh no, the camera, you have to allow the camera to be turned on. Don't worry.
Oh.
And also, don't worry, we have had, who was it, RV? Was it RV that came on, like, right out of the frickin' shower and had to, hurry up and shut it off? I wasn't in the thing, but I think it was Cheryl and you guys told me about that.
I
Who was it?
Don't worry.
So just, yeah, Jay and Cheryl.
It sounds like, yeah.
I came
remember.
in the live after that, and Cheryl's like, yeah, so guess what just happened? So don't worry, Mom. I've almost accidentally came on the live in the shower.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
You shush.
You did.
You pervert.
You said it.
That's Stephen Hawking. There was a lot of people. I was trying to get a picture of it while someone wasn't standing on him.
I just looked his up.
Oh, wow.
Do they not have that one roped off?
No. None of them are.
I would do at least Hawking's because he's a current modern.
Nope.
Well, not so current, actually.
Well, more current than Isaac Newton in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he just passed in 2018.
Yeah.
Wasn't that long ago.
He's current
Yeah.
compared to all the other people buried in the floor.
Here, let me. I have it pulled up on here. I can show the whole thing. I think. Hold on, I gotta turn that off.
Whoa.
Do.
Here,
That's the whole thing.
here lies.
The mortal remains of Stephen Hawking or something.
Yup. And then there's some sort of equation in there.
The math and
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to pay more attention to the Big Bang Theory.
My moderator position.
What, Mama?
There you go.
I say Darwin.
Charles Darwin.
Excuse me.
What does that say? I'm partially sighted.
It's Charles Robert Darwin.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
The dude with the beard.
One of the things he was known for.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do it. He didn't do a lot with his life, really. It's a shame.
No.
I'm kind of shocked they didn't put anything on the cover.
Just about wrong on everything.
Big fan of beagles, apparently.
No, she's the Beatles fan.
Yes.
Other kind of Beatles.
Yeah, not
The one
not
with
the
the hair.
crawly beetles, but yeah, the ones with the
The-
hair
the
and
singing
the singing. Yeah.
Beatles.
Oh, that kind of the non-crawly type.
Yeah, the non-crawly ones. I mean, I don't know. They might have been crawly. Maybe.
I feel like you would know.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't because like half of them were gone already.
That was in their
I have.
That was in their sort of pre-famous. Before they got famous, they were sort of crawly. That was what they said. And then somebody said, "Why don't you sing instead?" And they were like, "Yeah."
I have stood in the exact location that John Lennon got pew-pewed in.
I was just gonna call them.
Yeah. I sent a picture of it to my mom and dad in like a group chat, and my dad goes, "Oh, that's smart. Stand where someone got shot."
I mean, what are the odds it's going to happen?
So then the morbid part of me went to the 9/11 memorial, and I was like,
That
"Well,
is a beautiful museum.
it is
Yeah?
I was there like right after they built up on the Freedom Tower.
I went right before it was completed in like 2014.
What is that?
What are you
Anne
showing?
Boleyn.
They say it's Anne Boleyn.
Well, Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard. So this is
It's like
this is the chapel. So you can't stand this. They do. So this is. Oh,
Yeah.
Grumpy, help me out. It's next to where she was executed in the tower.
Oh, in the Tower of London, yeah.
Right. But it starts with an F, I think.
Are you asking the voices again? Look that way. Sorry. Wow.
Too late to screw with me.
I got the mom look.
Yeah, last time I went there, the floor was. They had trouble with the floor in that chapel, and they were concerned that graves of Anne Boleyn and that were becoming exposed to.
St. Peter ad Vincula is the Chapel Royale of St. Peter ad Vincula. Vincula.
Sounds rude, doesn't it?
Don't look at me. I'm not saying a.
He was a real iron.
I think she's asking you how to pronounce it.
No, I'm asking Grumpy.
Well, don't ask me. It's what time of the morning this is.
It's getting too late for me. It's not even 10 o'clock.
I agree, Jay.
Now it's closer to 3 a.m. for him.
Yank.
Yank.
No, there's the middle finger again.
Twice. Let me see if I can pull it out for a third time. Third time's the charm.
Third time to strike out. Disconnected.
You're just gonna have to screen record.
Yeah.
Are you bringing out the Gen X? That's like,
No,
they said that they're going to pull my Gen X card.
Yeah, because we're honorary Gen X because we're not actually Gen X.
15 days.
Allie's pretty close.
15 days.
Yeah. Well, a lot can happen in 2 weeks.
Gen X and proud.
Oh my goodness. Paula, I am going to beat your grandson.
What did he do now?
He's blowing up my phone.
Again?
You can't hear it?
you should take the live feed right into him and be like, what are you doing?
Tell him if he doesn't stop, I'm taking his tablet.
Like, look at this. Hold on.
And so Gen X that Bohemian Rhapsody was #1 when I was born. That's how Gen X.
Does it count if I know all the words?
I feel like most of the planet knows all of the words to Bohemian Rhapsody.
If you don't know the words to Bohemian Rhapsody,
Grumpy, what year are we talking about here?
1975.
I'm sorry, Tasha's phone is going off. What was that?
1985. 1975.
Oh my God, I'm older than he is too.
You're older than a lot of people, Matt.
I win.
Oh my God. I'm older than Tasha's mother.
Well, that's because Tasha's family keeps having kids at like the age of like 12.
Look at this.
I know.
Look at this. Oh my God. Hold on.
Bring the phone.
I was actually born in 1415.
Oh no. I like how it left the chairs open.
Take the tablet.
Your own generation, Parker.
No, Parker, you are from the silent generation. You're fine.
You're fine, Parker.
Parker's definitely from I would say the silent generation. That's where he belongs.
Yeah, Tasha is an honorary Gen X because she was raised by a true Gen X who would kick her butt anytime.
Did you take his
have
tablet?
to very much though.
No.
I just yelled at her.
I don't know.
Well, there was a couple of times I did give you a piece of paper that was from a court that you could sign if you wanted to be emancipated. So you didn't.
I told her I was leaving. Told her I was leaving, and I was 16. I was like, "See ya." So she handed me the paperwork. Was I 14?
Yeah, 14 years old, and you said it was unfair. And I said, well, I guess I don't have to buy school clothes, no cell phone, no this. I printed off emancipation.
Could have just gone naked, I guess.
You know.
I was lucky we had a bag phone for the ice storm. Jesus.
I didn't even have a cell phone at that point.
I remember telling my dad that I was going to call Childline on him because how badly he was treating me. He wasn't treating me badly at all, by the way, but we'd had a row. So I'm going to phone Childline on you. And he said, right, I'll give you something to phone them about. Smack.
I handed... there was one time Jasper said that he called it PCS. He was going to call PCS. Here it's actually CPS, Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
He told me he was going to call them, so I dialed my grandmother's number and handed him the phone. I was like, all right, here you go, it's ringing. He's like, no, I was kidding. I'm not actually going to do it.
Yeah, that's great.
Have you guys ever heard of Billy Conway?
Yes, God, Billy's the king.
He was saying that, I agree, by the way, he was saying that his dad taught him to fly by smacking him around the head so hard that he flew over the back of the settee.
My mom used to have something similar to that. She would try to wake me up, and I'm not a morning person. No. So I would kick her off from me, and what did you call it, Mom?
Airplane.
Yeah. She'd come in my room and she'd say airplane mode activated in 5 minutes and because she would jump on me and I would immediately kick her off and she'd be an airplane.
I'd jump on top of her, arms out, legs out, and roll all over until she got up.
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
That's great.
It worked because I was pissed.
Oh, we heard all the good Gen X sayings. I'll knock you into the middle of next week. I'll knock you so hard your ancestors will feel it, or your descendants will feel it. All that.
Don't cry or I'll give you something to cry about. That was a favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of those I use on Jasper.
All right. Maybe we'll give you your card back. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I brought you into this world. I can take you out.
That's my favorite.
I still hear that one. At this point, it's like, please.
I'll knock you into next week. Please.
Run into my fist? No, we didn't get the warning, but damn, that's dark.
Yes.
Yeah, go play in
B.
traffic. We get your ass.
Get your ass in the motherfucking
house
house right now before I beat
your ass. Yes.
The fact that we can read that's kind of scary.
Good enough for the women we go with. I don't think I've heard that one.
Woman.
Again, silent generation.
Woman.
I have never met
a
kid still in school
teen.
that should be 80. I love you, buddy.
Well, that's why I tell him he's Benjamin Button.
Yes, he
The
really
kid
is.
Benjamin Button.
You should see his glass bottle collection.
Or his playlist.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, his playlist. I was like, damn, dude, how old are you? I could be your grandfather, and this music was from like 200 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Not 200.
Not like Scottish music.
Well, yeah, no.
He legitimately has Scottish music from like the 1700s.
Yeah, I got Beethoven.
Hey, Mac, I got a bunch of 1776 music. Do you know them? I'm like, no, dude, I wasn't there, bro.
You sure?
You didn't make it to the concert?
No.
Candles up instead of the lighters?
What are you doing in the house?
It was just a torch.
Like an actual torch.
Yes, an actual torch.
Jeez.
Let's go and sing some sea shanties.
Oh my goodness.
I listen to classical too.
So, Grumpy, just so that you're aware, so we try and assign homework for people for Grave Geeks. So this week it was a random find a grave and number. So find a grave. I don't know. Have you ever used it? It's not. I don't think it's big over in the UK. So
No.
Big enough.
it's a website. The U.S. uses it, and it lists like where all the cemeteries are, and then people will make memorial pages on it. So each person or headstone will have a page. And so what we do is just put in a random number, and then we come up with like this was mine, which you can't see. But it was a headstone for Jewett Booker, and he was buried in Beverly National Cemetery. So what homework should we do next week?
Somebody from like I'm British and Northwestern European. Somebody from your ancestry from a different country.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if Allie had. Have you found people outside of the area?
I just gotta go really far back, is all.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real old.
That's okay.
I have that problem because my most recent immigrant ancestors were Finnish, and the Finnish people definitely don't keep graves the way we do.
Right.
Well, I don't think we even necessarily have to have the grave, do we? Just a little like something about the person if you can't find their headstone picture or something.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mac? Is that
Just a suggestion. Hey, it's
How about-
the first suggestion for homework that I've ever come up with.
Like if you have somebody from outside the U.S. in your family, tell us the family story. And if you don't, then try and tell us a family story of someone not in your area. So if you're from New York, try and find somebody in your family from Michigan or Ohio or California or whatever.
The family story from not current area. Basically.
Yeah. And you can always research, and if you can't find out a lot about them, you can find out about what was going on in that area at the time when they were living there. So, hey, it was a dust bowl.
okay? So what I'm going to put on the website is tell a story or tell about an ancestor from a different country or far away from your area.
Well, because some people don't have outside
Their
of the
stuff
U.S.
done back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Literally, it's only my great grandparents and then their ancestors. Beyond that, I've only ever gotten to people who were born in the United States, which is so crazy.
So, Grumpy, you got to find
So
somebody
just
from
find-
France, okay?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Cool.
Chris, you just find the person that was from the furthest away from you that you can find.
I'll try. You didn't go too far.
You've
Any
got
random
this.
person.
He's
Do the
gonna
best
end up
you
pulling
can.
up he's gonna pull up some random grave out of a different country or something and be like, yeah, this is my 15th great grandfather.
I'll see what I can dig up.
He said dig up.
But
Allie did say there'd be an unboxing next Thursday.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm so excited for that.
Dark humor.
Yeah,
I like
dark
surprises
humor.
when they're not mine.
Oh, geez, Megan just went nuts.
Megan.
Oh, that's cool.
Megan is still going nuts.
Yeah,
There
she
she
is.
Poor Megan. I hope Megan's home now.
Yeah, Megan, are you home now? I am nuts.
I am nuts.
Nuts
Just
and
don't
balls.
drop the balls.
Yeah. I swear, sometimes we have like the same brain.
Same way.
my mom does. My mom doesn't know about that yet. So, Mama, are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Yesterday, Miss Allison and I watched a webinar on nonprofits and like the 5 things that you can do to make your nonprofit better.
Yeah.
And this woman who was a lesbian woman talked about balls a lot. About juggling balls, about how when you're juggling the balls, you don't want to drop them on your face.
I mean, preferably.
And
You don't want balls on your chin, folks.
yeah.
Yeah.
She talked about balls a lot for a woman that doesn't go chasing them.
Juggling them, dropping them, having too many of them.
5 of them at once.
That sounds like a problem.
Yeah, somebody was missing one. One was not descended. There was one ball that did not fall.
That sounds painful.
Ball that did not fall. That sounds like a novel, doesn't it? A ball that didn't fall. By Prince Harry.
Sounds like a children's book. Yeah. By Prince Harry. Oh, man. But it made it comical because we had the peanut
3 of
gallery
us?
that is Corey. Yeah.
Oh God. I was typing to her, like, because we obviously weren't talking. We were watching the webinar and we were talking in Messenger. And of course, it was my comments. And then anything that was coming from him, I was putting in quotes. So it was like the 3 of us were all just like, because he's like, this lady's nuts and she's got balls.
Yeah.
She's got it all.
Yeah.
Ball of
Well, it started off as she was literally introduced that, like, okay, so her partner turned wife was the one that had the babies and she caught them.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, sister.
Woo.
That was really loud.
And her name is Krista.
Yeah, I think that Krista has taken away the nuts from Megan.
Yep. And King Charles. So, any last? I almost said any last words.
Any last words before
Yeah. My eyes twitching.
Any questions about the nonprofit that's almost fully up and running?
No, but I'm just glad that it happened smoothly and that it's going
for the most part smoothly. I had to have some words, but for the most
smoother
part,
than you were
it's been-
anticipating.
yes. And as soon as we get the bylaws done, I will post those in Discord so that everybody has access to them and everything will be open and transparent and all that.
If there's any changes or anything.
Yeah. And if there's anything like, so I'll post it in the volunteer part. That way, if there's anything anybody thinks should be added or taken out, or we can all kind of discuss it and go from there. That way, we have everybody involved in that.
Because, I mean, legally, yes, we have to have a board. But this is a group collective. This is not just the Allie Tasha show or the, Tasha Mama show or it's not anybody. This is a group effort and it's for everybody. So now, do I expect everybody to always agree? No, that's not how it ever works because everybody has their own opinion, they're like
free will,
Yeah. So, but the majority, most of the time, we do seem like we all have the like mind. And if people have suggestions, it's open for discussion. Do we always take the suggestions? No. But if there's a collective that more than 50% are like, yeah, we really need to do this, then we need to look at maybe we really need to do that.
Yeah, and that comes down to like, if it's an idea that I or Allie or my mom or whoever comes up with, but 50%, or well, we'll say 60% of the people that are in our like internal group don't agree with it, then our ideas out the window too. So we're not
Right.
trying, like, the board is just for the legal aspect. It's to get the paperwork done, get everything filed,
You don't
have
have
somebody in charge of the accounts. What?
I said you don't have like the 2 votes against 1 vote kind of deal.
Right, and on the board right now, because we had to have 5 people, so we have Allie, she's on there as the president, or I think that's what it was, and our registered agent. So she's like, if there's anything legal, it gets sent to Allie's house. I'm on there as VP and treasurer. My mama is the secretary on there, and then we have Joe as a trustee and Justin. So we do have one person out of state.
Joe?
And anything
Joe and Laura.
Joe.
sent to my house. Okay.
That's some postage.
Yeah,
That's some overseas. That's expensive. Sending a postcard was like $3.
It's really nice to meet everybody, and thanks for having me up. But
yeah, we're glad
to
we could
let
be
you
here.
guys talk business, I shall pass this way again.
Hopefully see you next week.
We'll be here.
Well, I might still be up on the panel because it's going to take me a while to work out how the hell to get off here.
You want me to boot you?
Oh, you can do if you want. Yeah.
Boot him right in the arse.
I like being booted.
Give him the boot.
Maybe.
Boot me, baby, boot
Okay.
me.
Bye, Hagrid. Bye, Grumpy.
Bye. She's like, all right, booted.
It's easier so that this way you don't have to, because he has a hard time seeing, so the buttons are kind of rough for him.
Yeah. But so with what I was saying, we figured with Joe being a trustee, that's basically Joe and Laura together. But we only had to list one. And they have a wealth of connections. So having them on there was like, Joe wanted to start a nonprofit, just didn't have enough people. So we kind of combined with that, and then with Justin and all of the people that he has following him and the businesses he's linked to, we're like, all right. So,
and again, we just needed names and positions so that for the legal paperwork, but everybody is part of the decision making. This is just placeholders to hold the business and to get the business aspect done. But we're not going to do anything unilaterally without the group's consent, because this is a group effort, 100%.
And in the bylaws, it'll state if any of you think that we're being arseholes, you can kick us off the board. You can kick me and Allie off the board of the nonprofit that we co-founded together. Like, you can say, see you later, girls. What?
Usurp all your hard work.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost Matt.
Yeah, like
Oh, Mac left.
You guys have done a great job.
Thank you.
Hey, Tosh has been killing it with the paperwork.
And the website and
Very proud of you.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Take a vacation on Saturday.
yeah.
I just type in ideas and stuff. She's been filling everything out.
Yeah.
God help her
It
listening
hasn't.
to my chatter. Did you hear him?
What?
The peanut gallery.
Oh. I was like, what did he say? All
I
right,
said if you guys only knew the half of it.
Mama,
Yep, it is time to go. So next week for homework is find someone offshores, over the pond, over the oceans. If
That
you
is a
can.
good idea, though. I'm glad Beck
Definitely.
is
To tell a story, and if you can't find somebody over the ponds, then somebody not in your area. So even if it's somebody newer, that's fine. But
over the river and through the woods.
just to different locations, so you can maybe learn a little bit more about that location where your family's from.
Yeah. I'll try to find something.
I'm just wondering how far I want to go back.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Good
How
night,
do I shut
everybody.
this off?
You all have a
It'll
great
it'll
night.
shut off.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.